40inbox.com, and apparently the average American household now has $10,170 worth of credit card debt. And here are the states where balances are highest. So let's check this out. American households now have an average of $10,170 credit card debt, as record numbers say they are worried about being cut off from access to loans. Data from the New York Federal Reserve shows nationwide credit card debt swelled by 43 billion dollars in the second quarter of the year, the second largest increase on record. Meanwhile, a separate survey by the Fed revealed 60% of respondents found it more difficult to access credit, the highest level since the data series began in June 2013. But some states are faring much worse than others, as households in Hawaii have the highest debt currently, according to fresh analysis by WalletHub, and families in the Aloha state have $10,637 in credit card loans on average. Now, this kind of makes sense because what some people may not know is that Hawaii, I believe, has the highest cost of living of any state, period. So that's pretty interesting. See, by contrast, Wisconsin has the lowest debts of any state, with the average household owing $6,208 in their cards. But the data also shows debts are rising quickest in California, where residents added over $5 billion dollars to their areas in the second quarter of the year. Each household added around $409 individually. It was followed by California, Texas, and New York, where households all gained an extra $375 to their credit card debts in the second quarter of the year. Wyoming and Vermont saw the smallest increase to their credit card debts, and fears have been mounting over America's growing debt after Fed data showed it had reached $1 trillion dollars for the first time in history. And the issue is compounded by the fact that credit card interest rates are now at an eye-watering 28%. The interest charged by credit card companies is loosely guided by the Federal Reserve's benchmark rate, which last month soared to a 22-year high, and it has fueled calls to curb interest on such loans. And the other day, which we covered too, Josh Hawley urged the government to install an 18% cap on credit card rates as he hit out at providers. Let's see. Hawley told Real Clear Politics they're out there actively encouraging and finding new ways to get consumers indebted. They hike rates and they make a killing on it. He added that setting caps would be a fair and common sense approach to giving the working class a chance, and American fears around access to credit are now at record highs, according to New York Fed's survey of consumer expectations released yesterday. Nearly 60% of respondents indicated their ability to get loans, credit cards, and mortgages is now harder than it was a year ago, the highest proportion since the survey began in June 2013. Yeah, here's the thing. I mean, this is obviously not good. People are not really being able to deal with inflation more so, like the increased cost of literally everything, right, is really affecting a lot of people, obviously. But people need to find a way to not rely on using credit cards for all of their purchasing, because credit cards are a very strong double edged blade, right? If you're someone that uses a credit card but never carries a balance, you're going to reap some sort of benefits from it. Are they worth it? Not really. I mean, yeah, you could get some cash back, but the reality is, you have to be spending a crazy amount of money for it to really be worthwhile to you.